Hello, welcome to SquishiVision. I'm going to give my immediate thoughts on Bad Batch Replacements, having just watched it without any chance to really collect my thoughts or go into too deeply. This is going to be also super fast to what I normally do because I've got to be on duty in an ambulance in an hour. So I'm going to make this quick and essentially it's going to make it as quick as we can. But there's not much to say in the episode anyway. So I'll make my two immediate thoughts up front, and then the rest will just be me rambling. I think I'm wrong about Omega having some kind of telepathic ability. It lets her glean people's abilities and feelings because I think mainly because she asked Hunter if she could learn how to track like he does, which kind of defeats that theory I had, which is a shame because I thought it was a nice theory to go along with. So that's not the case, I don't think. Anyway. And also the record bit was really dark, like, because this guy's meant to be a protagonist, kinda, in this show, but flats out, executes a whole bunch of people. So I mean, yes, it's not particularly dark for the realm of Star Wars or things I'm used to, but for the cartoon, for being a kids show and kids show. I don't like using the term kids show, family show, and again, him being a protagonist, or at least that's what he was marketed as. It's kind of a very dark route to go to. Other than that, there wasn't really much kind of. It was people. I've seen reviews people calling it filler, and I don't think something being. Oh, my neck. I don't know. There's a pejorative connotation to close to being a filler episode. I think the stuff with Crosshair, considering we didn't see in the last episode, was useful plot, and kind of tying we're getting the seeds of both the Kaminoan rebellion and the Empire moving to more conscripted services. Where there wasn't really much plot development on the. Okay, I have to ask. They made a point about how Omega doesn't have a bunk to sleep in. Surely she can sleep in Crosshairs. Like they won't like they're missing Crosshair and they got Omega, so surely there isn't there is enough bunks, or did like one of them just not go? How does that work? Like, I mean, presumably there's at least enough bunks for what? How many are there in the Bad Batch? 5. So presumably there's at least bunks for 3 of them to sleep at a time because you've got 2 pilots, or at least 2 bunks. Sure, there should be enough bunks for enough for the 5 who are sleeping to sleep. Is what I'm saying, and there's still 5 people there, so there should be enough bunks. Also, isn't her room now a turret? I mean, presumably they're gonna still use it, right? I don't get the whole bed situation. It was a nice moment. I still get the whole bed situation. But yeah, the rest of the episode was like kind of a little consequence on the Bad Batch's side. I'm glad I didn't do the tropes of telling her off, why do you do things so stupid going on your own, but what kind of stupid for her to go off on her own, and tactically you would never go off on your own in any kind of military thing like this, but whatever. Anyway, don't hit me with minutia. But then she goes and she gets it kind of little first. I'm not entirely sure what the resolution was between her and the creature. I mean, it was hungry, obviously, but we already knew that. She gave her Hunter's torch, but did he not drain the capacitor, or was the capacitor able to refill the capacitor? I'm not. Yeah, wasn't entirely sure kind of what happened there, but something happened. Yeah, I guess this is a nice short and sweet video because that's kind of some towards my thought. It's a fairly inconsequential episode. So I guess it is a filler, and I guess it is a bit annoying because it's like you got to wait another week, and it's like when you binge watch. I guess that was my issue with the Clone Wars when I was binge watching the Clone Wars, because I didn't watch apart from the last season. I didn't watch the Clone Wars on release. So because you got episodes just kind of just dragged, and there wasn't much to it, and I guess that's kind of what's happening here a bit with their part. Also, when did the ship get damaged? They said it was from the escape from Camino, but it seemed fine in the previous episode. Or was it? Oh, she didn't mean a firefight. Well, no, that might make more sense actually. Yeah, I think this is a good place to end it because in 60 minutes I'm meant to be on duty. So I've got my burgers to finish off. So we'll leave it there. Wasn't really much else in it, but obviously there was a lot of kind of callbacks to Empire Strikes Back with the whole creatures on the moon situation. That goes without saying, really. I'm fascinated by the whole Camino kind of conspiring plotline. They're kind of still treading the line between the whole intellectually challenged strongman trope, which I really dislike with Wrecker, but they're still giving him enough nuance that is kind of holding me back from hating it. But yeah, I mean, I still don't, 100%, like. I like what he did with the first episode, but now we're kind of getting into this whole. I like the first episode. It went into a direction. I think I liked the first episode because of the betrayal of this guy, and the directions it went into. I wasn't expecting so early. But after this, it's kind of like, well, it's stuff that's happening. The characters I didn't particularly care about in the first place. So yeah, okay, I'm rambling now, and I've got burgers finished. So thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next week.